Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So happy Friday. Today, let's talk about the FOMO, the Bitcoin FOMO, how it's intensifying before the halving event. Who is FOMOing in? Well, let's discuss this and let's discuss everything else that's going on in the world today. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. The U.S. market yesterday was absolutely brutal. Minus 500 for Dow. Let's see if it can be a green day, because we actually got some good news. Job growth totaled 303,000 in March, better than expected. And unemployment was 3.8%. We didn't go any higher. So that's good. So the U.S. market should be rallying. But here's the thing, though. People are looking forward to rate cuts. And, you know, when the job market is good and unemployment is bad, well, that means there's fears of more inflation. So does this mean that Powell will be pushing back the rate cuts until later? You know, that actually may fall in the minds of Wall Street. So even though we're starting out green, let's see if we're going to stay in the green, okay? Because we had this like inverse relationship before where good economic data actually made the markets go downwards. Hopefully it's not the case right now, okay? Hopefully it's not the case. So we will see. But you know what? I always talk about inflation. I always talk about why it's so important to get in Bitcoin, to buy assets that hedges against inflation. There's none better than Bitcoin. And you know what? The banks agree. The banks all agree. Every single one is FOMOing. They're racing to offer ETFs to their clients. Now, Morgan Stanley, $1.5 trillion under management, right? Yesterday, it was reported that they and UBS is also a huge bank. It was reported yesterday that they are in a race to offer warehousing for ETFs. Okay. They want to make money by holding ETFs from the big fund managers. But that's not all. Morgan Stanley is now racing to come up with their own Bitcoin ETF so they can offer it to their wealth clients and wealth managers around the world. I mean, literally every single bank on the planet right now is trying to FOMO into Bitcoin. That's the honest reality. Because the ones that are left on the side right now realize they made a mistake. That Bitcoin is not a fad. It will continue to go upwards and get stronger and more adopted around the world. And those that don't adapt will fall behind and crumble. And that is the reason why every single bank now is FOMOing in. Even countries. Look at Australian monochrome spot ETF expected to launch in 2 months. So we're hearing Hong Kong wants to launch spot ETFs. Okay, Australia, and many other countries as well. Again, these fund managers, banks, financial institutions, they don't want to miss out. They really don't. Okay, and it's gotten to a point where there's so much FOMO and so much worry about, well, where are we going to get all the Bitcoin? Now they are directly calling the miners. So HUD 8 told DL News that basically they've been getting calls. They've been getting calls directly from these banks asking for OTC buys. Okay, think about it. You know, I've always said supply and demand. There's just not enough supply to go around. Bitcoin is limited, unlike anything else out there. And these guys know, like, where do you go get the Bitcoin from? Right? They don't want to disrupt the price too much. They don't want to go buy and spot Coinbase. That's the last thing they want to do. So now they're trying to hunt down all the companies that actually have real Bitcoin and try to do OTC deals with them. You know, but the smart thing for all these miners and Coinbase and everyone else is just say no. No to OTC. Zero. You want to buy it? You go on my spot platform, go sign on Coinbase and buy $100 million. Okay? That's what they all should do. None of them should do any OTC sales at this point. But, you know, that's the reality. You know, the FOMO, that's why the FOMO intensifies. I know a lot of you guys may not think so. You're looking at today's current price and you're like, what are you talking about? How come it's not going up? You know, these guys are making moves behind the scenes. That's what you really need to pay attention to. If you know what's really going on behind the scenes, then you know Bitcoin is set to explode. It's set to go up much higher and very soon too. Very, very soon. So as for these ETFs, they have soaked up 4.25% of this total circulating supply. That includes Grayscale too. Yesterday I covered one without Grayscale. Today includes Grayscale. That's almost 5% of supply within a very, very short amount of time. Now think about it. Vast majority of Bitcoin is being held by long-term holders, miners, and Satoshi himself and others that basically held on forever, right? So there's not that much to go around. And when 5% of the circulating supply is eaten away already, you know, again, it causes that supply shock, that scarcity. And that's why a lot of these banks are going straight to miners, because they're afraid they're not going to be able to buy anymore soon. So as for yesterday, let's see, let me remove my camera. As for yesterday, Grayscale sold about 79 million, under 100 million. BlackRock bought 141 million. Fidelity bought 126 million. Overall net 230 plus million. If you exclude Grayscale, then 309 million. So Grayscale selling does seem like it's slowing down dramatically. Okay. The worst may be over for Grayscale, and that would be absolutely awesome. Keep in mind, we are 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the halving event. 2 weeks away. It's a really bullish catalyst that you don't want to miss. However, unfortunately, looking at this, every time I look at this, I cringe, because I don't know if you guys can see the pattern here. Bitcoin distribution last 90 days, 60 days, and yesterday. Okay. Do you see the pattern here? Do you see the pattern? It's pretty clear. On day-to-day basis, you may have some selling red, but if you look at the last 60 days and look at the last 90 days, who are the people that are selling Bitcoin? 0 to 1, 1 to 10, 10 to 100 Bitcoin, right? These are retail investors. Retail investors, unfortunately, are selling due to panic or maybe profiting. You could argue one or other, but I think recently it's been more like FUD and people thinking that, oh, we're going to go to 40K or, you know, the top is in, whatever. But who does not stop the buying? The plus 100 Bitcoin holders, who are basically the whales and the companies and institutions, they continue to load up. Do you not see this wealth transfer? The wealth transfer is happening in front of our eyes at a rapid scale. And I've been warning about this. These ETFs, the institutions, the private companies, the fund managers, they are buying up Bitcoin like crazy behind the scenes. Yet retail continues to sell and think, well, there will always be enough Bitcoin for all of us. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. In the future, you'll be able to buy Bitcoin, but it's going to be a lot more expensive than now. This may be the last cycle that retail investors can buy cheap Bitcoin, okay? Reasonable price Bitcoin, and get a significant amount, because after this cycle, that opportunity probably is over. You're not going to be able to buy significant amount of Bitcoin anymore, right? So, you know, whenever I see this, it's like, come on, guys, come on. Who is selling right now? Who's selling and just it's going straight into the big boys' pockets? That's exactly what's happening. Why would anyone be selling right now? Okay, last few things about Bitcoin. If you're looking at drawdowns from the previous cycles and now, you can see how tame it is. Okay, some of these drops that we had, 10%, 15%, 20%, seems like it's bad. But if you lived through some of these previous cycles, you know that they're absolutely nothing. We are so calm compared to previous cycles. It's not even close. It's not even close. Again, why? It's due to the supply shock, due to the ETFs, due to the big boys that continue to keep on buying. So even when the market makers or the manipulators are trying to manipulate, they can't do much because most of it is being eaten away, right? So again, if you're thinking that, it's not looking good, it's not looking bright, why are things not moving? Why are they going down? Blah, 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 right? Just remember right now, we're living through the calmest cycle so far in Bitcoin's history, and it's not even close. So imagine the previous cycles. Yeah, like this. I've lived through that. That was not fun. That was not fun at all. But that's how previous cycles were. And you know what? We may get more dips along the way after the halving event, as we push higher and higher, we'll probably get more dips. But do I see like 38% dips and 5 or 6 30% dips? No, I don't think we're going to see that. We're going to see maybe 15% dips, 20% dips. I don't think we're going to see 38% dips. Those are horrific, guys. Horrific. They're not fun. As for its current pattern right now, I mean, it's looking very, very similar to what happened before in the previous cycle. I mean, almost identical if you look at this. I mean, it's almost identical. And if we're following the same identical pattern, that means we are on the verge of breaking out, okay, soon. And it could be happening right after the halving event. We got 2 weeks left until the halving event. Grayscale selling have slowed down. ETFs started buying again. We got 2 weeks left until the most bullish catalyst of any cycle. And that's when maybe we break out. Or maybe we break out sooner. It's about to happen soon. All right. Outside of Bitcoin, what else is there? A few other little pieces of news. ETH is set to spike post-halving, at least according to this analyst. And he argues even if the spot Ethereum ETFs get denied, does not mean that it's bearish. Well, I kind of agree. It's going to happen. It's probably just not going to happen this year. Probably next year. And post-halving, yeah, I mean, everything's going to go up. If Bitcoin starts flying up, everything's going to go up, right? There's no doubt about that. What else? I saw this. Galaxy Digital to debut a 100 million crypto fund initiative. This is not special. You're seeing a lot of these VCs and just funds in general being created by these VCs that are purely crypto based. There are going to be enormous amount of money flowing around in this cycle, going to all these new projects, and a lot of them will become the next Solana or Cardano or Avalanche, right? These guys all blew up not too long ago, and we're going to see more blow up. We've seen this surge of Injective and Celestia and Mutable. You know what? It's only going to get crazier this cycle because of the money flowing in. And then the last few things, Ripple, a lot of you guys saw this. Ripple is going to launch a stablecoin to compete with USDT and USDC. This is a head scratcher considering they already have the ultimate stablecoin called XRP. So I'm not sure why they need to launch a stablecoin. I get it because they're probably looking at the profits. I mean, if you look at Tether, Tether's profits per quarter is astronomical. Astronomical. They are making so much money. It's insane. And the good thing is they're taking a portion of that to buy Bitcoin every quarter, which is adding up to a lot. They hold 75,000 Bitcoin, which is awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this move. Anyway, speaking of stablecoins, there is another company called Ethena. A lot of controversy over this. So they're coming out with some kind of new synthetic dollar, and a lot of people think that this is a bad move, kind of like UST, and people just don't like it. So, but it did make a big splash recently. All right. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. Bitcoin is doing well, coming back up to 67.3. I know last night we were doing better yesterday, 68, and then we dropped down to like 66. Now we're coming back up. You know, I know that it's a little bit bumpy right now, but when in doubt, zoom out. We're basically going sideways at this point, and it's just a matter of time before we break out. These banks are FOMOing. 2 weeks left until the halving event. We got some tremendous things coming, guys. All right, let's do some Q&A. Happy Friday. Let's see here. Let me scroll up. $52K, please. No thanks. Why this confuses me is Morgan Stanley owns a chunk of Grayscale. That doesn't really matter. I mean, they could hold a piece of Grayscale. BlackRock holds a piece of Grayscale, and they still have their own ETF. So it's perfectly normal. Jose, thank you. My energy is always good when I talk about Bitcoin. My energy is bad when people start shilling random meme coins. Well, it depends if they're good meme coins or not. People always say, oh, look at this meme coin, and it's like down 80%. Like, why are you showing me that? Darcy, thank you. Why is a halving event on Hitler's birthday? It's not. Halving event is not set. It's a estimated date. It's based on blocks. Fed fund rate should be at 10+%. Volcker had that 16% in 1981 in the same inflationary environment. I mean, yes, it should, but, you know, Powell can't do that. He's under a lot of pressure to cut. He's under a lot of pressure to cut. Every election year, we're supposed to have markets booming, and you know, he's basically told he has to do this. So even though he's been saying, well, you know, we gotta wait and see before we could cut rates and this and that, it's all planned already. I'm sure they already discussed the dates that they're going to cut. They just can't publicly share it. But, you know, it's going to come. Ellie, hi again. Just want to say Bird Dog on Sol, not ETH, is the only community that has movie nights. Movie nights? What are you talking about? all big memes require strong communities. So you're saying people that are buying Bird Dog get together and have movie nights? Is that what you're saying? That doesn't sound very... Right. Okay. I don't know if you meant movie rights or nights. I don't know. That's just strange to me. Okay. If you're getting involved in a meme, you could be a part of a community and not have movie nights and still be fine. Did you see how bad cringy the Whiff Team's concert was? Whiff did big when people started posting on X. What concert, man? These meme companies need to stop. Just like movie nights or concerts, they need to stop it. Wasn't the one in the Vegas Sphere? Or did they actually host a concert or what? I thought they were just going to post on the Sphere. Is AI Oz the best AI crypto? I don't know about the best, but it's in there. It's up there. No. It's still way behind Fetch and Singularity and BitTensor. They're deep in. It's really storage and streaming, but I think they just added AI in there to get some momentum. Lots of soul bashers today. I'm accepting free soul, by the way. I don't think there's a lot of soul bashers, but it kind of sucks. I mean, it goes to show you how much volume there is on Sol right now. Other chains are, I mean, they would be ecstatic if they had even a tenth of the volume that's on Solana right now. I mean, it's just so much volume. So some kind of bug or whatever, it kind of sucks. It prevented me from making some money last night. But they'll fix it. Nuno, okay. Pindle is one of the best RWA plays. I had a big video about RWA yesterday. Pindle was there. I just don't, it's not for me to tokenize yield from yield-bearing tokens. That's just like way too complicated as a concept for me, but it is there and it does, a lot of people does use it. What do you think about Sol at these levels? I mean, I think you just keep on buying Sol no matter what. I mean, that's my take. Should I transfer my Filecoin to Fetch and ASI? I don't know. You decide. ASI, AI merge. Should we get Fetch, AI, Ocean before the merge? I don't know. I don't know the details. Like wording, how are they going to convert? I have no idea. No idea. So I don't know if there's go do like a percentage, like one FET equals, you know, 0.5% with a new token or something like that. I really don't know. They haven't really shared. Ellie, I appreciate you sharing movie night, but I think that's a really, 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 I'm not going to say dumb, but really silly idea. People have better things to do with their lives. Maybe spend some time with their family and friends rather than in a TG chat watching a movie. I don't know. That's just me. Check out Crow with Knife. It's not on... Yeah, no. People asked me about that before. Black Sun, love that you can stake Big Red with no lockup time. Yeah, it's something new on Trader Joe. So if you have a lot of Big Red, you should go stake it. Bull's still looking strong. Do members get an early peek at your personal meme plays? I just share. I just share. My Patreon sometimes, you know, like I don't go all out. You guys know, I don't force you guys to do anything, right? Sometimes I find something, I saw a bull, I'm like, okay, it looks decent. I put some money in there. Then I share it. I'm like, hey, this looks decent. I don't know if it's going to do well, but it did. It did really well. So some of these calls are just random and they could do well. You know, I knew about Kulo and Big Red because of Moon Daddy. I knew they were going to do well. But, you know, these recent ones, even Costco Hot Dog, I didn't call it early. I did call it later, but still, it went on like at least a 20x since then. And there's a lot of other people that are making good calls too. I mean, it's a vibrant meme community chat. If you guys are into memes or anything really, you could talk about AI, you could talk about RWA. I mean, the Discord in my Patreon is really blowing up. So if you want to have a good chat with people and myself, it's a good place to be. Darcy says, still learning the super chat thing. I'm snowboarding Olympian. Oh, wow. Thank you for helping me keep my money and save for a good life. Appreciate you. Hey, man. Darcy, thank you. You are a snowboarding Olympian. Wow. Hey, since you're a celebrity, maybe you want to think about joining the IFC. I'm always looking. I got a lot of fights to fill. If you guys are or know of big influencers or celebrities or stars and you think they may want to, you know, get in the pit of karate combat, you let me know. HK, new member. Hedera's have more TPS than Solana, has no failed transactions. It does not. It does not. Can you check out Giga? Giga Chad. No, I'm not going to check it out. World Mobile Token. Starlink. Everyone's sleeping. Just because they're using Starlink doesn't mean they're partnered up with Starlink. Right? I think there's a confusion there. But you know what? In terms of mobile, I mean they're a Helium mobile competitor. So I guess, you know, it's another way to get mobile data, right? Or mobile or sell a signal. But just because you're using Starlink doesn't mean that you have some grand partnership with Elon. Chris Dax, what do you think about VET? VET just needs to do more retail stuff. That's I've been saying that for a while. They will trend upwards, yes, but they're too focused on businesses, not enough on retail stuff like DeFi or DPIN or RWA or AI or memes. All the stuff that retail investors are looking at, VeChain is not in. Rari. Isn't this an NFT play? Yeah. Foundation enables the future of NFT infrastructure. Yeah, it's for Rarible. You know, NFTs are just not that hot right now. This cycle is led by memes, not NFTs. But that doesn't mean that NFTs can't come back. I think a lot of them are starting to come back, but for me, I'm sticking away from anything that's like NFT marketplace based. Ruben, good for you. How do I sign up for Patreon? It's in my description, man. I put it in my description and pinned it to my comments for like 3 years. No, 5 years. It's not a hidden link. Any new thoughts on stacks? No. New thoughts? No. As Bitcoin goes higher, stacks will go higher. It's just that simple. Solana is full of a lot of people who are looking specifically a community because they don't They don't have things to do. Yeah. I'm going to say something, and I'm not trying to offend you. Okay? I'm really not, but you got to get a life off the computer too, man. Okay? Just throwing that out there. Thoughts on Jupiter's perpetuals. Also thoughts on Pith-powered charts and Oracle. It seems insanely good. I can't talk about Pith because I don't know about those powered charts and oracles, but Jupiter is the best DEX I've ever used. It is insanely good. Insanely good. It is lightning fast. You could set limit orders. You could DCA. You could bridge. You can trade perpetuals. Okay? I mean, this is the reason why Jupiter, their token is worth so much, besides the airdrop. Jupiter is the best DEX ever. So if you want to trade memes on Sol, you should only use Jupiter. This is light years better than Radium. And anything else on Solana. I never traded, to answer you, I never traded perpetuals on a DEX, but I guess it's there. Anyways, yeah, this is insanely good. Insanely good. It's better than Uniswap. It's better than PancakeSwap. It's better than all swaps out there. It is the best DEX, period. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over that super chat. How come retailers aren't using BTC over fiat? Because they don't know about it. That's why. We need more education. We need to educate the retailers more and companies more. Thoughts on Crodic project? Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? I founded IFC, which is part of Crodic Combat. It's terrific. They're doing something different, something exciting, something that has real-world utility. PCAT is my big runner this bull run. Great team, utility, and memes. I know what it is, and I can't talk about it, so good. Good for you. The Wiz P, new member. I want XRP Veil and Alex Becker in Karate Combat. I would love to get Alex Becker. I think later this year there's a possibility. The Singapore IFC is gonna be so insane that it's going to break the internet, right? I already signed one person that no one thinks would be an IFC, and he is one of the biggest guys out there. And I'm trying to get Becker too. If I could get both of them, and get Ben back to fight in that one, and a few others, it's going to be the most watched fight in history. It's going to be insane. Do you think non-custodial exchanges are better? A new exchange has moved into US called BTC Well. Seems like they want to sign more sponsorships. Yeah, I wouldn't trust any new exchanges in the US. I really wouldn't. But yes, non-custodial exchanges like DEXs are good. Scott is saying, thoughts on 30 degens. Today is Friday. So two of my close buds, Scott and Josh, they have a new show called 30 Degens on CryptosRUs Plus. You guys should all check it out. Let me bring it up. Actually, you could just go to CryptosRUs.com. This is the easiest way to check out everything that's going on. CryptosRUs Plus, upcoming events, best exchanges, education, but you can also see the latest videos, although that one is very old. I don't know why. we got to get this fixed. But if you go to CryptosRUs Plus, actually that's the new one from Noah. So we got my Sunday walk videos, and then we got Dirty Degens, which is tonight. There's going to be another one. Those of you guys that are Degens, you got to check it out. And there's a special guest appearance tonight. And you guys know who it is. And, you know, Chart Storm from Noah. I mean, there's a lot of great things going on CRU Plus. So make sure you subscribe. And there's another show I'm thinking about coming out with. And by the way, I don't know how many of you guys are in France? Or in Europe? You know, if you go to events here, I will be in Sui Base Camp next week. So those of you guys that are in France or want to visit France and want to learn more about Sui and possibly meet up with me, you should, you know, buy a pass and use this discount code. MBA, new member, welcome. You know, one of these days I'm going to become a fan of Base, but I don't want to mess with moving, you know, ETH to Base chain and then playing with memes there. I should one of these days, but I don't have a lot of ETH and I don't want to buy ETH. And I have a lot of Sol, so I just like to use Sol. And then the more I make from the memes on Sol, the more Sol I'll have. And then, you know, it's a perpetual cycle there. George, where are you on your own meme coin? And what do you think about Banter doing one called Gummy? First of all, it's not a very creative name. And second of all, yeah, I'm not so sure. You know, there's still a negative stigma towards people that create their own meme coins. And if it does blow up, you're gonna get a lot of scrutiny. Like, hey, if it dumps down like 20%, that's the only thing people will ask you about. Why did you know so-and-so's go down or whatever, right? There's a lot of scrutiny that comes with it. So even though it's very appealing, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would ever do one. I have a lot of great names, a lot of great ideas for memes though. Anyone know how to join the Discord group? Okay, again, if you don't know, go to CryptosRUs.com or go in the description of this video. But if you go to the website, you can go to CRU Education. Holder's Herald is a free newsletter. Okay, so if you want to get up-to-date information on certain things, recaps and so forth, just sign up a newsletter. Academy is actually like a classes. Like short form classes that get you up to speed really quick. And there's Patreon. And Discord is under Patreon. Hopefully that explains it. I made it very easy on this website, guys. Very, very easy to navigate. This is the ultimate website. Crypto, whatever your name is that I can't pronounce. I had to skip it. You know why I skipped it, but I appreciate that. Are you concerned with Sol's failed transaction and scaling? No, zero concern. Other chains would be ecstatic if they had anywhere close to the transaction Sol has. Cameron Wall said, join the Discord yesterday. Cool community. I appreciate that. I mean, there's a good guy. I mean, you know, in Crypto Winter, there was like 10 people in there, right? And it was kind of like a ghost town. But still, those guys that are in there are super, super nice. loyal, very educated. And these days, you know, the chat's very, very happening, especially in the meme chat channel. Eduardo, appreciate that. I want to buy a Celine S7 twin turbo. Man, that's an old car, but I remember when that came out, that was the talk of the town. Celine S7. It still looks great, but the inside looks really bad, really outdated. Bitcoin is climbing right back up, the same levels as yesterday. The ETFs are buying. They're just buying and buying and buying. George, let me know, do you lift weights? Man, first of all, calm it down. I've been lifting since high school, man. I know how to lift weights, and I have been lifting weights. So you need to just chill, okay? Don't play daddy or mommy to me. Any new thoughts on stacks? Zenful, I already answered you. The answer is no. There's no new thoughts on stacks. What are you looking forward to most for your upcoming travels? Meeting girls with daddy issues across the world. That's what I look most forward to. I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually looking forward to. We got a ton of events to go to. Looking forward to meeting a lot of people I normally don't. There's a lot of these overseas people. They never come to the U.S. either. But some of these like project leaders and exchanges and, you know, founders, you know, the more people I know, the more I think it helps me educate and helps me connect and helps me help others too. Yes, Alex. I am going to be attending Karate Combat's fight in Dubai and also CFN's fight in Dubai too. BCFN also has a fight. You think Lambo is dropping a new coupe this summer? I don't know. I haven't really been following Lambo stuff. And they have a new Huracan, but like no one cares. And they have a new Urus, and no one cares. I mean, they're refreshes. They're not really new. I don't know if they're coming out with a new. Yeah, you know, things are just not like affordable anymore. So you know, Lambos and Ferraris were expensive already, but now they're becoming god awful expensive. So it's almost to a point like they don't want normal people to buy them. You know. Make sure you have plenty of salt and electrolytes. Yeah, that's not a concern. That's not a concern. A lot of salt in my diet. Look at that. Look at that. Bitcoin going back up to 68. BNB skyrocket after stable. Will XRP also? No. And BNB didn't skyrocket after stable. I think it just went up. It didn't skyrocket. And XRP, it's already a stable coin, so it shouldn't skyrocket. Thoughts on Proppy? Well, you know, I was looking at Proppy yesterday to make sure. I was wondering if I should put that in the RWA chat. But they're really not. They're just using smart contracts to do a lot of real estate stuff. So a lot of the contracts, you know, they're putting out a blockchain, right? That's really what they're about. So they're trying to make home buying experience more home buying, Web3 home buying. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to catch on. It might be a little bit too soon right now, but I think eventually. Will Kulo reach new heights? Yes. I think so. You just got to be patient. Kulo was like that before. It debuted at 6 million. It dropped to 1 million for a long time, and then it skyrocketed to 40 million. So right now, I think it's kind of like that. It's hovering around 11 million. You got to give it time. Polygon is just not doing well right now either. You know, Polygon was hotter than I think it would help Kulo tremendously, but Polygon, it just to be honest, has not been moving at all. In the last 90 days, it's only up 7%. That's not good. Zeus at work. It just came out. Is this one that just came out? No, yeah, this is the one where it bridges Bitcoin to Solana. I don't know all the details yet, but basically, you know, the more bridges there are, the better for Solana. And if you can bring wrap Bitcoin, native Bitcoin, BRC20 to Solana, it's just go benefit the whole chain and the whole ecosystem, especially DeFi. Churl, the word Costco is what? Do you think Book of Meme will pump? It has been doing very well. Except today. It got back up to like 1 billion. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know too much about Book of Meme, but I just know that they're one of the big boys. So, yes, eventually they will move higher. All right, guys. So to conclude, Bitcoin FOMO is intensifying. It definitely is. Every single bank on the planet is trying to offer Bitcoin or some kind of Bitcoin service. We are 2 weeks away from the halving event. Think about that. So stay bullish, my friends. Stay strong. And tonight, go to CryptosRUs Plus. I think it's 7 p.m. I don't know, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. And check out Dirty Degens. A lot of you guys want to know the hottest meme coins. You may want to ask some questions. There's a special guest. Go subscribe and check it out. Okay. All right, guys. Smash it a like. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care.